Imogen Heap about experimentation, Hank Shocklee and Bone Burnett about shaping environments for creative expression, Prince's sound engineer, Susan Rogers, about prototyping, Madam Gandhi about connecting with audiences, Jimmy Iovine about listening for gaps in the market, and many others. We also talked with leaders from Google X and Amazon. We realized that these are conversations that don't happen every day. In our professional lives, Panos as Senior Vice President for Global Strategy and Innovation at Berklee, and Michael as Global Design Director at IDEO, we're lucky that doors are open to us as musicians, as veteran founders of successful startups, and now as executives of organizations that are globally acclaimed for innovation. But neither of us began our career the way business people are supposed to. We have no pedigrees from Ivy League business schools or internships with disruption gurus. Yet even before we met, we independently realized that our backgrounds in music are key to our success. That the creative mindset is more than a unique approach to entrepreneurship, more than drawing upon the improvisation of jazz or practicing until our fingers bleed. Since we started sharing thoughts with each other, we've only been confirmed in our belief that music cultivates an essential way of thinking and working in business, especially in today's deconstructed, discombobulated, and unpredictable world. When we sit and talk together, we laugh a lot. We swap old band stories as easily as we talk about unlocking the creative genius of kids in Abu Dhabi or Shanghai. And as we have taught, traveled, and consulted with clients, we've been delighted to discover that there are many like-minded people who feel, perhaps without knowing the words for this feeling, that this idea has merit. So we think of this book as a conversation between the two of us, the amazing artists and entrepreneurs we've been lucky to interview, and you as a listener. In other words, be forewarned, this isn't a how-to manual. It's not a 7 easy steps to success seminar. It's not a drawn-out blog post or 54 things to try today. Rather, it's an ongoing dialogue that we hope will inspire you to think about your business, your goals, pretty much everything through the lens of the musical mindset. You'll hear about creativity and collaboration, listening and openness, and trust and fear, and how all of this relates to working in today's marketplace. But above all, you'll see how the musical mindset can be a new framework of seeing and responding to a dynamic world, a constant learning and growth approach that mirrors the openness and adaptability of music making, but applied onto a whole new context. The mindsets we discuss in the material following are not only helpful, they are necessary. And they are lacking. Our schools prioritize coding classes over art. Our workplaces reward algorithms and analytical thinking. Artificial intelligence and big data are the pursuit du jour in corporate playbooks. Although we recognize the value of all those just mentioned, we also see a real gap, an urgent need for the kind of imaginative thinking needed now to tackle our society's increasingly complex challenges. It's not about making the false choice between science or art, mathematics or music, but about emphasizing both. After all, it's no coincidence that arguably humanity's greatest mind, Leonardo da Vinci, was both scientist and artist, and seamlessly used one discipline to inform the other. Artists and entrepreneurs alike work and produce better work when they learn to listen, experiment, collaborate, demo, produce, connect, remix, sense, and constantly reinvent. Our world is no longer defined by brick and mortar. The possibilities are endless. One more thing. As you listen through each chapter, we encourage you to sit with the insights, anecdotes, and information, letting them sink in. So at the end of each chapter, we've created an interlude, a playlist of songs by the artists you've just heard mentioned that can easily be found on your favorite streaming service. Give the songs a listen, not only to get to know the artists better, but also to give your mind a breather, a bit of space to process what you just heard about them. You'll find, as we have in conversation after conversation, that great ideas from amazing artists take on new shapes.